I was there on day one. Here's my original member's honest take on the Active Center in Arlington, Texas. I've spent 20 years building relationships in this community, first sitting on boards, second, showing up on ribbon cuttings, and third, being the guy who actually uses what the city builds. So when the Active Center opened here in Arlington, I signed up as an original member, not for a headline, for the workout. A few years in, here's my honest, practical rundown of what makes this place worth your membership card. You see, the fitness floor doesn't feel like an afterthought. I belong to enough gyms in my life to know the difference between equipment that's there and equipment that works. The strength and cardio floor at Active is laid out the way a facility should be when it's built new instead of retrofitted into an old building. Machines, well, they're spaced so you're not doing an obstacle course between sets. The cardio equipment doesn't have a permanent waiting line, and the free weight area is deep enough that squat season doesn't turn into a traffic jam. For a guy who splits his week between showing houses and staying upright enough to keep doing it, that matters more than shiny paint. The pool, it's the amenity I didn't expect to love. I joined for the weights. I stayed partly for the pool. Lap swimming here is generally well run. Lanes are marked, times are posted, and it doesn't feel like you're sharing water with a birthday party every time you show up. If you've got joints that don't love the treadmill anymore, and after 26 years on my feet in airline catering before I ever sold a house, mine don't. A real aquatics setup like this one is worth more than people give it credit for. Now, the courts and track, they have space to actually move. The indoor track and the court space solve a problem a lot of rec centers never bother to solve, giving people room to move without stepping on each other. Whether it's an early lap on the track before a showing or a pickup game on the courts, there's enough room that let's play doesn't turn into let's wait. As someone who talks to a lot of buyers about what makes a neighborhood livable, walkable, and usable, I notice good space planning wherever I find it, and this facility, it has it. Did someone say pickleball? Yes, pickleball courts, both indoor and outdoor. It also has a senior and community programming that makes it a real differentiator. This is the part that separates Active from a plain gym membership. The class schedule and community programming aren't an afterthought bolted onto a fitness center. They're built into how the place runs. For a city that's growing as fast as Arlington, having a facility that serves multiple generations under one roof at one membership isn't just nice. It's smart civic infrastructure. As someone who sits on the Arlington Board of Realtors, Board of Directors, and cares about what makes a community actually work for the people living in it, I'd put this on the short list of things Arlington got right. Now, here's the bottom line. I don't hand out praise for free. Not to a listing, not to a client, and not to a city facility. But 3 years into this as an original member, the Active Center still delivers on the basics that matter. Equipment that works, water that's actually usable, room to move, and programming that serves the whole family, not just the 20-somethings. In fact, this is a 50 and over membership facility. If you're new to Arlington or just haven't made it over yet, go see it for yourself. Some things are worth the membership. Here's a link to the facility.